I have a long weekend of sports. My kids have baseball, then basketball and volleyball all today. Oh, and we had dog training. So I need to get ready quick and easy. Feel like I have, my face on. So I already prepped my skin. So this is my St. Cream. This is my Super Coop, my SPF every day. Even on my light days where I'm just putting demi or whatever, every day. My name is Brittany Parker. If you are interested in a color match after you watch all of this, you're gonna just message me and then we'll work it out where you could send me a bare face selfie and then I'll color match you. No obligation, it's free. It's just so you don't have to go and guess your colors because that kind of sucks. I also have a Facebook group that I every day will show eyeshadow combos or just like daily tips, sales. It has a lot of the extras. And so if you go to the description, you can get your free color match or you can go and join my Facebook group. I'd love to have you. So today I'm going to start with my balm. Actually, I have my peach one. So balm, it's like what it sounds like. This one is peach. It makes my palette smell so freaking good. If you're sensitive to smells, seriously, as soon as I have it on, I don't smell it anymore. Like it does not bother me and I have really sensitive eyes and it doesn't bother me. So balm, like our skin underneath our eye, it's really thin. And so we want to keep that hydrated. So I always pop some of this balm on. You don't even have to wait. I have a weird dry spot here. I usually don't. I'm like, I'm going to be 40 this month. And now like all the weird crap is happening. So I just popped some balm right there. I have this blemish that's going to be hard to cover today because it's more of a scab. Just ignore it. Anywhere you're dry, pop that balm. It's seriously so good. Okay, so today I'm going to go ahead and start. And I'm going to start into, look at this. I've hit 10. I need to melt it down. I already bought another one. But this is my contour. And I'm going to use my detail brush. So you just go in there. I have to get in there a little bit more because it is so empty. What the heck? My son is the one who has first baseball and then basketball, and he's complaining already. Why? Because he has to get ready twice. And I'm like, you're such a freaking boy. He hates getting ready. And I'm like, hey, that's my favorite time of the day. I love putting my makeup on and getting ready. Oh, you know what I forgot? Okay, so I'm seriously balding. Real fun. Another joy of turning 40 almost. And so I'm going to show you because I've been using it and liking it. Just the cheap Clairol. I think Wow has one. I'm sure it's more expensive, but it has a powder and a little brush. I'm going to show you. You seriously just swipe into it. So easy peasy. And you just fill in wherever your baldy locks. They have obviously like different colors. It's like obviously not gonna like do 100%, but it just like a little bit more confidence that, hey, I'm not freaking balding. Oh my goodness. Oh, great. We have some fun comments. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in and just plop this little sucker on. But I got this off of Amazon. I'm sure you could get it wherever. But you just go and fill in anywhere where your hair's thinning a little bit more than you'd like. But look, that's it. And it's better. So it's Clairol. Got off of Amazon. Go try it. They have different colors. And I'm sure the other one might be better quality. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going to try to get rid of these. Remove. Okay. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to go back into my contour. It goes on the perimeter of your face. Okay, it's gonna go to the top of your ears and just kiss that cheekbone. Really, you don't want it too low. You're gonna give yourself a 5 o'clock shadow or just bring your face down and gravity is already doing that. So freaking no, thank you. Okay, so start at the top of your ear and you're just gonna kind of press the makeup in. I need to melt this sucker down so it's like not even picking up right now. Okay, there we go. So this is the detail brush, my all-time favorite brush for contouring. The shape of it hits all the angles perfectly on your face. So if you do not have your detail brush, go and try it. Okay, here we go. Just like that. Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm gonna start now and hit the jawline. So in front of your ear, press it. Oh gosh, excuse me. Let's see. Thank you. You gotta love people. Okay. All right, sorry, we were having inappropriate comments. Don't you just love people? Anyways, let's start again. So I'm gonna hit that contour on my jawline. I'm having jowls a little bit as my skin is starting to sag. So I just kind of roll my brush there. You don't want to bring your contour like way up on your cheeks, but I do roll it right there where the jowls are kind of starting to hit a little bit lower, just to make sure I have the contour, just to kind of slim it out a little bit. And just like that, it's better. Okay. I'm gonna go in. I have a lot of discoloration on my nose. I'm gonna tap into, I need to clean my brush. Don't judge. I'm gonna go and just tap a little bit on this crazy discoloration I have on my nose, just like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into my contour just with my finger. You could use your brush completely, but I've been having, just like I said, the discoloration. I feel like I could do it better with my fingers. So you just get it on your fingers. Okay, and then I'm just gonna, you can slide it, but because I have that color below it, I don't wanna actually like remove it. So I'm just kind of tapping it just like that. I have a weird bumpy nose. It is what it is. I'm trying to like, enjoy it, accept it, whatever you wanna say. And then below your lip, right there, just give it an illusion that you have a poutier lip, a bigger lip. Okay, so that so far is my contour. Easy peasy. It does not have to be scary. It does not have to be dark and crazy, but I really do love my contour. Like, if you haven't tried it, please try it. Okay, so remember I put that amazing balm underneath my eyes. It's gonna be your best friend if you have maturing skin. One reason why I really do love it though is because it helps to make your, I'm gonna use Demi, any color correcting or any concealer you put underneath your eyes, it's just gonna help blend it and let it glide on so much easier. So I'm gonna take my bright brush and I'm gonna use my Demi. This is Y01, it's yellow orange, and it takes out any purple or blue. So I have purple and blue, and you just hit it in the spots you need it. So I'm not gonna do like a whole swipe underneath my eye. I'm just hitting the darkest areas where I need the color correcting. Flip your brush over to the fluffy end and then you just tap, okay? Now I'm still gonna use my brightener because I want a little bit extra brightness, but now I don't need as much makeup underneath the eyes. This is a thinner area. It can't handle tons of makeup. So you just gotta make sure less is more, okay? So there is that. I do have crazy redness on my eyelids. It's okay. My highlight takes care of those really easily. But that's it. Okay, so I do take Y1. It's just pure yellow. If you look, I have really large troughs. I hate them. They're really large. And I just hit that bright yellow just in the dark or the deepest part of my trough. And it just helps to somewhat, see how like there's more of a shadow there? It helps to bring it forward. That's what the bright color does. It makes it lifted and more come forward. Same thing right here. I could do this right here where I have my trough goes all the way around my orbital bone. So there, I'm not looking for perfect. I'm looking for better, just like make me feel better in my skin that I'm in without, I'm not gonna, what's it called, sacrifice like the texture for coverage. I rather have less texture on my face and maybe a little bit less coverage, but look more and feel better like skin on my face. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my brightening highlight. So I'm using, what am I using right now? For size, it's really light. So I am more pale right now. It's obviously winter. I'm just gonna kind of bring it in where I have brightness on my cheek and then just kind of bring it up. And then this is where I hit my lids. I don't get any extra makeup, just whatever's on my brush. And look at all the redness that's gone. So it completely, that's prepping my eyes for my eyeshadow. And I highly recommend if you have a lot of discoloration on your lids, take either your brightening highlight, your main highlight, whatever one that works best for you. So here's kind of like brightness automatically on my cheek. and then I'll kind of bring it up to the inner corner, the outer corner, and then you can just kind of stipple, and then I'll just swipe it on my lids. But it really does help. It gets ready for my eyeshadow so that my eyeshadow is just on one flat color instead of like the redness popping through and then you not really seeing the colors of my eyeshadows that I intend. So setting, priming, doing all the things to my lids. But I highly recommend pop that on your lid. Okay, your brightening highlight is gonna go down the center of your face. It's gonna highlight and brighten all the pretty parts of our face, you know, where the sun reflects off of. I'm gonna bring it down to my nose. I'm just gonna use my finger and just pop that align my Cupid's bow. And then the fart. Great live, Britt. The fat part of your chin. Oh my goodness. It is, what time is it? 8:56 and it's already been a day. Okay, there's my brightening. You could go less. You can go more. You could do whatever works for you. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into my main highlight. This is your foundation. So right now I'm candlelit. It's the most neutral color that we have in our line. And I just find it best for my coloring right now, especially during winter. And then when I start getting more color on my face, I usually go to like Athens, which is a kind of a newer color. It's a dream. It's a dream. I love it. So sometimes I'll kind of swipe right here just to clean up my contour, and then I'll go and press it in. The pressing in really helps to get better coverage, melts it into your skin better, and really just for the coverage. Okay. I will hit, if you have a smaller forehead, you don't need it on your forehead. I have kind of a large forehead, so I kind of pop it here in the middle. But if you notice, this is all one layer, like except for my demi that I have in my under eyes. But really, it's just one layer. I'm gonna start in my highlight areas and just bounce. You're just marrying all those colors that you have on your face. They're all creams, and so they all just like blend like butter. And you just blend them all. Always start with your brighter highlight areas. The nose, I go down the nose. I'll go the side. But I'm not just like swiping and like you put your colors on like paint by number. Let's see. You know what? I love Astoria. Astoria is a great one. I use Astoria a lot during like the winter. I've started using cedar, which is a little bit more warm, but the best part about cedar is it's a little bit creamier. So if you have not, I could use I can use 4 contours, honestly. I use indigo when I'm like the darkest, like during my summer. I use Astoria when I'm kind of more cool. I'll use cedar when I want a little bit more extra warmth, like in the winter when I have like no color. And then I'll use olive also, but that's kind of a lighter contour. And so on my more natural days, I'll use olive, but really try other ones. Cedar is good. If you haven't tried cedar, it's like creamier or something. I love it. Now, since we brought this up, contours are a little bit different consistency. It is more stiff or more dense because you don't want your shadows moving all over your face, okay? So if at this point you blended everything out and you're like, wait, where did my contour go? That's okay. Or you just want more definition, you just add more. These creams are buildable. Like all of these have foundational coverage in them. And if you want them darker or more intense, you could either go for a darker color or you could just build it up. And so really I would start soft because it's super easy to go too heavy in the beginning, especially when you're learning creams. Creams are different from powders and from liquids. So I highly suggest try soft, try light, and then build up when you're like, oh wait, I want a little bit more. Who says you can't? You do you. Okay, so there's my contour, my main highlight and my brightening highlight. And now it's to my favorite part. My favorite part is bronzer because it just makes me feel alive. So I'm gonna go into, I'm trying to see, my plum look like my bronzer. This is Bella. It is the OG, and then right next to it is Angel, which is an illuminator, and I always put my illuminator and my bronzer next to each other, always. So for my forehead, I'll just only go into Bella, And it's more like your mid forehead, but oh, it's a dream. It's a dream. Bronzer is all year long, and you just kind of pop it mid forehead. Okay, and then when I go to my cheeks, I like the extra glow. So then I'll kind of pounce into both of them, into my Angel Illuminator and my bronzer, and I hit more the tops of my cheeks. Now you can see I have this guy here. I'm just gonna try to cover that at the very end. So if you have anything like blemishes or stuff like that, I put all my creams on, do all my things, and then at the very end, I'll go in and try to get a little bit more coverage. But I don't, like I said earlier, I don't want to sacrifice texture or I don't want to add texture. And creams don't add texture. That's the beauty of them, unless you go way overboard and just are packing it on. So that's why I rather have nice, beautiful skin, not as textured, and maybe have it pop through a little bit. We all have blemishes. It's fine. Okay, so but if you could see that extra little glow, that's the Angel Illuminator. So make sure they're by each other in your palette. Okay, pop into Bella and try to fix this white super neck. Like, let's try to marry our neck and our faces. You could even bring it down your chest. If you have like a wedding or something nice, fancy you're going and your shoulders are showing, I like to pop my illuminator even just right here on the front of your shoulders or your clavicle bones. The illuminator is beautiful. Bring it down with your bronzer and just kind of swirl it over, and it's beautiful. That's like my favorite time, like in the summer, if I'm actually going out, I do that. Okay, so there is my 3D cream foundation. It is a beautiful finish. Like, I do not have the greatest skin, and it just makes me feel so much better than what I did about, I don't know, 17 minutes ago when this first started. All right, let's go into blush. I should have maybe looked and figured out what I want. Let's see. What is this? Wallflower. So Wallflower is like kind of a pinky peach. If you don't have Wallflower, you can use Frenchie, Saint Tropicana, or is that Saint Tropaz? But it's just like a really cute peach, kind of a lip and cheek. But Wallflower is beautiful. I don't know if this one's available right now. I swear, it's like they will put some like to limited edition, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, it's a staple. And I'm like, wait, which one's which? So like I said, if they don't have Wallflower anymore, try using Frenchie. Try using the, there's a few. Even Madrid is more of a teeny bit of a peachier kind of pink. And that one's really, really pretty. But you can see it's subtle. And I'm wearing my San Francisco for the Niners for this weekend. I know this is the Giants, but you know, it's what I have. And then I'm going to wear my, thank you. You have a good weekend too. I'm going to wear my Niner shirt tomorrow. Are you guys big Super Bowl fans? I'm really there for the commercials. Let's be honest. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, at least it's my team. I'm not huge into football, but it is my team that's playing, so I'm excited. I don't know. Okay, so let's do a little bit of eyes. Finish this up. So I'm taking just my buff brush because it's closest to me, let's be honest. And I'm tapping out just where my eye started to crease because I didn't set it. So if you put your brightener on your lids, my kids are screaming, so just ignore them. I'm trying to. Make sure you set it. You got to set it so that first off, they don't crease, and it'll help your eyeshadows blend. Okay, so this is me now. I primed it, and now I'm setting my eyelid. So you don't have to use primers. Certain people who have extra oily lids or maybe more mature lids, you might want to look into a eyeshadow primer, but it's not a must. I don't. Okay, so I'm just gonna I'm a mom, so like when I'm in my powder, I just powder my whole face. I do have some larger pores right here, so I do kind of like powder that a little bit underneath my eyes, but really you don't need to. If you're oily, you're going to. And I just hit, wherever you have a blemish, hit that freaking suckers, just so it doesn't look like a big old mound. I do my highlight areas, but I really like my cheeks glowy. So I never put powder on my cheeks because I like the extra glow. I'm gonna go into first to my line brush. I do my brows in 5 seconds. I'm not an expert in brows. It is what it is. I don't even have time. I don't care enough. So tap it's like an angled side. And then I'm just really filling in my brow just with an eyeshadow. You could do this even with your contour. You could do it, some people use a bronzer. We have a cream eyeshadow. I think it's called Arabian Nights that people use. If you want to know what eyeshadow would be best for your brows, you just send me a picture and I could tell you which ones or which, a couple that I think would be a good choice for you. And you just try it out. Sometimes when I'm in a rush or, when you travel and I don't have a lot of room in my palette, I'll use my contour. But usually I always have oak. This is oak that I'm putting in my brows. And I use oak almost every day in my eyeshadow just because it helps to deepen my crease, or I can use it as a liner, but I like to use it in my brows. So that's this color. Obviously, I use it a lot. That's it. My brows, done skis. Okay, let's see. I do have my cleaning tile. This thing looks so dumb and it's the best. Clean your eyeshadow brush. Just like that. And I'm gonna pop into my other palette. That's the problem with being an artist. I have like, I don't know how many, way too many palettes because I love them all and I need them all. All right, I'm gonna go into Bubba. It is a really orangey warm brown. And I'm gonna start here on the outside, keep my eye open. And I'm trying to go above the crease because I do have a little bit of hood right here. And so if I stick it just to my crease and I open my eye, I lose all the color. So keep your eye open. I kind of place my product first where I want it, and then you can kind of close your eye a little bit and blend it out because it's where it needs to be. But I concentrate it on the outside corner, above the crease right here, and then I'll just kind of blend it through. If you want to blend your brush, your eyeshadow more, hold the end of the brush because it's like softer and it'll help blend it out. If you do it right here, it's going to be really precise and like put the most product here, but it's going to be difficult to blend. So hold your brush further out when you're blending. Okay, so tap back into Bubba. Same thing. I kind of put the makeup, the product where I want it first. And then you can kind of close your eyes and kind of blend if you have a difficult time keeping your eyes open when you're doing your eyeshadow. Just like that. And it kind of like, as we aged, I've had to concentrate on this a little bit more than usual. Okay, so there's Bubba. It's really a warm, pretty brown. I'm going to do kind of simple eyes today. I'm going to go into Drift. This is my #1 shimmer. Even if you have mature skin, mature eyelids, I like Drift because it's a low flex shimmer, and I'm just gonna use my finger and tap it there in the center. You can kind of bring it up a little bit higher in the center if you have, sorry, I just flipped you off. If you have hooded eyes, it just kind of brings it and opens your eye more, and then the dark stays here on the outside. So I'll tap it, center, like the apple of your eye, and then inner corner. And if you have the really hooded eyes, you kind of bring it up a little bit higher than you normally would right there in the center, and it helps to open your eye. All right. Okay. I clean my brush. Let's see. I'm dropping things over here. I'm going to use my cleaner. Just rub it on there. Get off any of the color I had. I'm going to go back into Drift. And I'm just going to pop it below the brow. Do not do a huge swipe because it's going to actually make your hood look fatter. So just keep it right underneath your brow, right there. If you want extra lift, you could also kind of pop it right here on top where you want your arch to go higher a little bit, and it helps to bring your arch up. Okay, same thing, right below the brow. And if you want, you could pop it right here above your arch. You could even do the inner corner of your eye. Just be careful. If you have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles like I do, if I place it right here, it's just gonna like make all those wrinkles stand out. So just be careful. You can kind of pop it more right here where this darker spot is, and it's gonna brighten your eyes without going into your fine lines and your wrinkles. Just pop it into this inner corner and bring it up. Right there. Okay, and I could do that on both sides. And it just helps to open your eye right there. Okay, this is my new favorite. I could totally use oak, what I just used on my brows, but I've been loving coal. It's super dark. And then I've kind of been using it as an eyeshadow or like as an eyeliner. Just tap into it. And then I just brush it into my lash line. And it's just gonna help them look a little bit thicker and then kind of wing it out. But look, I'm seriously just, see how it's kind of giving me a wing? And I just bring it halfway. I don't usually bring it all the way around because it's gonna close off the shimmer that I put in the center of my eye. And then I'll bring it below the lash line. And it just kind of helps to connect your bottom and your top lash line. Okay, you can flip your brush over and just kind of blend that out. But it's really simple way to do a liner without doing a liner, especially as you get more mature eyes. You don't want to take away the real estate on your eyelid. So using any kind of an eyeliner is just going to take away the real estate. Look how small I have my lid right there. It would make it just dark, and I'm trying to make my eyes look more open. So I use this a lot lately. So I just kind of brush it into the lash line. And then when it gets most of the product off right here, then I'll start doing like longer swipes. This side went a little bit darker, eh? All right, let's fix that other side now. Isn't that the truth with eyeliner though? Like one side's always different. Okay, there we go. Just darkening this side a little bit more. Flip it over, blend it out, just make it a little bit softer. Okay. And I feel like in the mirror, it's not as off. It's more, I think, just because the shadow of where the sun is. I will take this and clean up the shadow. It's gonna lift your eyes and clean up any fall if it goes too low. So just take any brush. You could even take your finger. All right, here we go. Okay, there is coal. I swear in the mirror it looks a lot more even, but in the video, this side's looking so much darker. In the mirror, it's more even. I'm gonna stick with it because I don't want to keep on making the other side darker. Okay, I will take though, this is a cream pencil, and I just hit the waterline. So if you have mature eyes, and this whole time I'm saying you don't want to take the real estate away, this is a way to make your lashes look fuller without taking away the room on your lid, okay? So just hit your waterline, your tight line this. Okay, just like that. If you want, you put it in this inner corner and you just flick out and it gives you a little bit of a wing with your liner. Okay, and you could connect that if you need to. Hello. And it really is simple, but I don't want like a really crazy thick line. You could do your water line down here, but I'm not gonna go all the way across. I kind of wanna make my eyes look a little bit more open. And this is driving me nuts. In the mirror, my eyelids or the eyeshadow is even, but in this video, this side's looking so much darker. It's driving me bonkers. Anyways, okay, pop on some mascara. I am almost done. But like I said, if you want to be color match and you want to get your very own palette, like this saves so much time in the morning. It's quick, it's easy, it's customizable, and it's 100% what you want. That's why I love it. Like if you like cool colors, you're not having to get all these colors, especially like an eyeshadow palette. You pick the colors you want. So you're not getting any of the colors you're like, I'm never gonna wear that blue. You know, you build the palette you want, and that's like the beauty of saying it really is customizable to like what you want. If you're never gonna wear bronzer, which I don't know why you would ever do that, you don't have to choose bronzer. If you're not gonna want illuminator, you don't need to grab it. You grab just what you want. All right, mascara on for the most part. I usually don't hit my bottom line. Some people do. Anyways, I'm gonna pop some illuminator on my cheek. I already kind of put it in with my bronzer, but if I want just a little bit extra, you just pop it right there. And even with my lips, I'm gonna kind of just line them. This is the multitasker brush. Go into your contour. And you just line your lips softly. It's really like this easy where like you can use your contour, for your brows, for your eyeshadow, for your lip liner, to contour your nose, all the things. Some contours like Aspen are even used for color correcting, but it's all just in one palette. Okay, I'm gonna go into Sadie. This is a gloss. It's super neutral, but it's just the right amount of color. Just like that. All right, I am actually done. 30 minutes. That's actually a speed record for me when I'm talking way too much like I usually do during lives. Okay, I'm gonna set with a setting spray. This is Milani. It's super cheap. You get it at Target and it's a huge bottle. My all-time favorite is Charlotte Tilbury. So you could try using that one. Saint has one. I really don't like the spray on it, but it is a good setting spray. So I will take it and spray it on my, let me see, my beauty sponge, my perfector sponge, this guy. I'll spray it and then dab it on. But for like the most part, I use a setting spray. I forgot I do have this little guy, my blemish on my cheek. I'm gonna cover him just a bit. This is the smudge brush. It's an eyeshadow brush. Just go into your main highlight. You don't need tons. And just going to hit it like that. And so today I've really tried to take the point where I'm not gonna add texture. Good morning, hi Kelly, or Kai. I'm not gonna add extra texture to my skin just for coverage. Like, I'm done with that. I don't want cakey, nasty looking, I already have a blemish. Everybody does. I'd rather have like smoother skin-like finish than 100% coverage. I don't want to sacrifice that. So I've just popped over. If you have any other blemishes or spots, you could just do that with your main highlight at the very end and then finish with a setting spray. Okay, if you like a matte finish, you can go over with a powder. If you are oily, you're probably gonna have to use powder throughout the day, just like you do with other makeups. But that is it. If you wanna be color matched to Saint and get your own colors that match your skin, it's free, no obligation. Look at my description, I have my link. I hope you've had a good day and go 49ers. Okay, bye everyone.